This is what we cut out yesterday. So we cut these two out, front and back, for our mesh. Then this is the cup that we cut out. We cut this cup out and use this white chalk to mark the side. That means we are going to, this is the actual measurement, this blue chalk that we cut out yesterday. So we now add 1/2 inch for joining, so that we will not condemn this, but we are condemning this. So now we are going to join. We are going to, before we cut this. Before we cut this, we are going to repeat this. We are going to repeat this because we are not doing this anymore. We can't use this anymore, so we need to cut another pattern and add our sewing allowance. Okay. So we are going to record this. We record this too. Okay, let me position it well. So now we can see. It's like this. So that is where we mark where we are going to add our 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. This white chalk only. So this is the princess line. And let me shift it in. Okay, so now this is our princess line. So this is our princess line. Because of the notching, it has notching. This is the notching. So we are going to add sewing allowance. So assuming you didn't mark here, now when you separate it, how will you know where to add the 1/2 inch? So we are adding the 1/2 inch. As I said, it's better you add 0.75 instead of 1/2 inch. 0.75, 0.75, 0.75. So we add 0.75. Then the rest you are cutting it equal. So this, if there's anywhere you don't understand, please quickly ask question. So here to 0.75, 0.75. Then here is equal. If you are cutting anything that has pattern, so you cut the pattern out and recut it. That your pattern, please, is important than what you are sewing. You will keep it very well. So till you finish, before you throw it away, you will keep it very well. It's important than the main fabric that you are sewing, because if you lost the pattern, can make you to start the cutting from beginning. So here is 0.75. We add the allowance. So let's cut. Yes.
Before you cut, this place that you are adding allowance, is it the lower part of the book or the upper part of the book?
Look at where we are adding allowance. Where we cut this out. You know, we cut this thing out from here. Then that's why we mark the sides that we cut out. This is this white chalk. If you have the video, you will see it on your video. Is it clear? If you have the video, you will see it. I think we all know that's what happened. This thing that we cut it out from here. This is the princess, the princess line. This is the princess line. We are not adding anything. Already half inch is there. That we've add half inch for joining allowance of our princess. So all where we need to add is this place that we mark. That's why we mark it. So let's cut. Then this is the bust point. There's notching there, so we notch the new one that we cut. Then here too is the princess. There's notching on the pattern, so we notched the new one that we cut. Then here there's another notching that we said we'll notch here too, so that we know that here is joining with this side. I think we remember.
Yes.
So we'll notch this one that we cut newly too. For example, your question, look at what happened on this pattern. Let me finish together so that you not shift. Just looping. Okay, so this is the cup. We cut this thing out here like this. Assuming we join this bus, we cut it out here. So that is where we add, that's why we add joining allowance. So now let's remove this pen, but we still keep our pattern. We still keep this pattern, okay? Still keep the pattern. So now we've cut this. Okay, so now let's join this back. Let's join the princess back with half inch. This is the princess. This is the princess line. Let's join it back. Now we've joined the princess back. You can see we still have our pattern. This pattern is very important. I will not throw it away till I finish with what I'm making. But something can come up that you need the pattern, we'll go back to it. So now this is the cup. So this is the cup. place, we've cut our pattern, so we'll place this. So can we see it? So this is the ½ inch that we add up for joining. So because now we are going to stitch this round with the fabric, then this place we are not touching here at all, so we'll use lining to turn this up. Are we getting it?
Yes.
So this is the cup. So we've had our sewing allowance, and we see it's the same measurement, like same size. So we are going to stitch here down, so this bust here will not touch it before we fix it here. Are we getting it?
Yes.
Okay, now this cup, you can decide to still cut it again, like to divide it into two. Now, okay, now we want to condemn this princess. We don't want it there, but we still want our cup. So this is what we are going to do. Hope this thing is not disturbing here, or we should move it. Okay, so now we want to condemn. There's some cup that you will not see the princess line again. They will condemn it, but we only have joining here. So now look at in the middle. Okay, in the middle, we are going to look at, we are going to divide it, we are going to cut it into two from the middle. Did you give him measurement for the 6 pieces that we cut yesterday?
It's not my measurement.
Please, the person should give him the measurements. Joy. Joy. Please, Joy. You said?
She just stepped up.
Okay, she's not around.
She stepped up.
Okay, so my boss is 33. Waist 26.
26 and hips 38.
Okay, now we are going to cut this into two. Cutting it into two, you can decide. Okay, let's cut. Okay, can we see it now? We've divided it into two. You can decide to change only this and cut another one, so that this joining will not be there. Then you join it back here. What happened? Interesting, right?
Yeah.
If it's not interesting, it's what? And please, as you are doing this, let's continue. As we are doing this, you need to, because before you go and join here to this place, so you will mark. This is where we cut. This is where we cut, so that you not go and join the bust here.
Okay.
Are we getting it? If you are doing cup, you don't need distraction. Only you. If not, before you know, you will carry 2 and give 3, and you not get the measurement again. So now, I still want this princess, so I'm still using this, but I don't want the upper princess to show. So I'm cutting another one.
So from where are you getting this weighing allowance?
I'm adding it now.
Okay.
So okay, let's add this one
I'm going to
allowance.
cancel the princess entirely.
You said that's what I want to cancel it. It depends. Me, what I want to cancel only the upper one and still leave the down one. Okay. So let me just add like 0.7. When you add 0.7, that means you are joining with 1/4 inch only. Or when you add half, you join 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. But I'm adding only my sewing allowance on this one, because I'm still using this. Are we getting it?
No.
Add sewing allowance. If you add ½ inch here, you can't sew with ½ inch. So you will sew 1/4 inch on this and 1/4 inch. That's ½ inch.
Okay.
that you add. Are we getting it?
Yeah.
You will add half inch here, but when you are sewing it, quarter inch out from here, then quarter inch from this. So making that half inch.
Okay, so the 0.25 you took from there is the remaining from this 7.
From where?
So what you're marking is not half.
It's not
0.7.
0.7.
Sir, shall we are taking 0.2 from that one?
From which
the
one?
sewing.
Yeah, 0.2,
But- so
0.2.
So the 0. Here we are marking 0.75.
0.75.
So the remaining 0.2 is the one we took from there.
This thing we are adding here is just our sewing allowance, simple. To join them together. Isn't it? Yes. And now, this hello simple. This inches, half inch that we are adding here is to join them together. Simple as ABC. What English again? Or how should I explain? Or maybe somebody should
So
explain.
carry on, maybe the next one will get it.
You have to get it here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the next one, so you are not
Because,
getting
okay,
this.
to be honest, is we added 0.75.
Hold
and
on.
We are taking 0.25. So where is
Okay.
the 0.5 going to? Is it that he's allowed or?
Where? Okay, you said what? Bro,
We added
please don't
0.75.
answer any question. Let me answer the question. What do you say?
We added 0.75.
Yes.
And we are taking 0.25 from here and 0.25 from there. So which means on this 0.75 we are left with 0.5.
Yes.
Okay, let's add half inch.
Better, sir.
Then we still be left with 0.25.
No, half an each.
And
0.25 here, 0.25 there. That's finished.
Okay, let's do that. If that's good.
Because
That
I was
is what
wondering
I'm
how we're
saying.
going to share
The
the
remaining 0.25.
Okay, it's okay. It's solved already.
So what are you adding now? 0.5.
0.5. 0.5.
Yes.
Half inch.
Okay, sir.
So this half. I think this is not this normal half inch now.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm cutting the half inch. Or adding the half inch. And look at this notching here that we are joining to this center front. So we'll notch it on this too. Then let me mark. You have to mark this thing so that you will not go and turn them. I hope we are getting this. Okay. Now, this is what we are joining. This is the old one. Okay, so let me pin. And please listen to this part again. Very important. So now we are joining this together. So we don't need to. We need this princess will only be at the down part. So no princess here again. So now this one that we cut fresh, you are going to take the measurement. This is 9 inches, right? Get the middle. Are we getting? Get the middle. So this middle, mark 1.5 in. This is the middle, 1.5, then 1.5. So from this 1.5, we are going to trim something out like quarter inch. So this is the quarter inch. We are going to cut this out. Quarter inch. From that 1.5, from this other side to 1.5, we will remove quarter inch. Why are we removing it? If you join this together, this curve will not still form well. But when you remove some inches, it will make it curve very well. Are we getting it? Yes. Okay. So now let's look at the cutting. We are removing, we get the middle. So the middle we go in like 1.5, 1.5. So we are cutting this. So now let's join this together back. let's mark ½ inch. So we are through with this. So we are marking ½ inch for joining. So then we pin it together. So we are joining the princess, and you have to join it equal. Okay, so this is it. Then we can now, so we can see there's no joining up here. See, that is affecting my chest. Okay, so we've joined it. So no princess in the upper part. The down part, we don't need to do it. If you don't want your princess here too, or we should do it.
No, please.
So you just
So if you don't want it to, it's the same process.
we should do it.
So no wonder. No, now.
I will decide that now. Don't worry. Okay, so now let's join it. Okay, let's join. We've not even go for some of us. Our brain don't they?
Shut down. No, I'm still ready.
Okay. So this is it, then we fix it here. But I would like to join this. Let's separate. But we are still going to put how to put bias on this thing. Is somebody should me call you Tracy? So we are going to join it together and put our bias. join the round measurement. Right? You've seen the measurement. Where is that bias? All those things, you bring it out, you know you are using it. Now we'll be asking to the shapes.
But if we don't want this princess line down here to show, still same thing that you did.
You said, I'm going to do it, don't worry.
Okay.
But there's explanation on it. I will do it. Idris, please, stay this thing. Stay, please, quickly, and bring it. Then stay this one too. Please, if you have anything different discussion, please discuss it outside. My brain is working when the class is silent. If you have any discussion, if you can't say it gently, go outside and do it. Nobody will ask you if you come. Nobody will ask you where you're going. So please, let's take this one too quickly and bring it, please. So there's another. Like this. Then before I'm going to notch. Okay, look at this how we cut it out. You know, I'm almost confused. So I will notch, because if you put ST now, this shock will not be there again. So let me notch. This is where we are joining. Let me notch it. Then I will notch this to 1 1, that we are joining it together with this. That's how you'll be differentiating it, so that you will not go and join this down part to up. Corset is mouth technique if you are cutting it, especially. Now I've notched it. So this notching here is the princess. So then this notching we join with this. So let's take this one too and bring it. Then now still on this pattern. Let's cut another one. This one. We don't need this again. So let's cut another one. Now this time around, we don't want the princess line both up and down. Why I'm repeating it, there is how you will shape it. So let's repeat this and add our soya allowance. So 0.7, 0.75, 0.75. Then here to 0.75. cut it out. This is the princess line. We are not adding anything. So let me notch. There's princess line notching. That's the boss point. So we cut this out. So the second one. Then the boss points notching. I think there's no any other notching. Okay, so now that side notching that is joining to the center front, we will notch this. Okay, so I think that's all. Then, okay, this is the, okay, I think, okay, that's all. But let me mark here. That is where we add our, that's where we are joining to the, we are joining round to fix it round. Okay, so now we'll stick with the pattern. Let me pin it together so that it will not shift. So now we don't want this princess line, so I want to condemn the princess line completely. So now let's join this with half inch. Let me mark half inch so that we'll join, you will first join it together. Half inch. Okay, so let's join the princess. Drag it so that you balance well. So now we'll divide it into two. We'll divide it into two. Let me mark it very well so that we show. So we are dividing it into two.
Sir,
Yes.
there's no measurement for the divider because
Just get the
it's
medium. The medium. What are you telling her? There's no measurement, you just divide it in the medium. That's on the boss point. So let's cut. I'm trying to move the pins on the line. let's. So now we don't want two princess line again. So we're going to so we need to iron it flat. But if you didn't iron it flat, you will not get the shape very well.
So are we supposed to iron directly on it, or you place something on top?
Just iron it flat.
No, because you've always said place something on top of it while ironing. So
This is just like you don't fix anything. And ironing this, don't drag the iron. Use the shape. So iron is flat. So this one is the same thing. And if you are like if I want to cut this now on my fabric, I will just place the pattern on it. I will just place this pattern on my fabric and cut out this. If I cut it out, I will estee it first before I cut, so I will get the shape perfect. Or sometimes if you are working with all this soft fabric, you need to estee them first before you cut, yes, so that you can get the shape. So now so we are cutting this. princess line. This is what we draw. So we've cut this place. Already we have, this is the side that we mark. Let me remark it before. That we are using it to fix it with the cup. So now we divide the middle again. So we are going to add half inch for joining. Half inch. And please, if you are adding half inch, you're sewing. If it will take you to mark it, because this is corset, if you add half inch for joining and you hold quarter, you are missing the shape. If you hold half inch, make sure you hold the half inch for the joining. So this is half an inch. Then here to the same thing, half inch for joining. You add half inch. I'm going to hold the half inch exactly. And here we are cutting the same thing. Then here too, we are not adding anything here. We add 0.75 before. So it's only where we cut out that we are adding half inch. So now this half inch will get the middle. This is the middle on this one. Then this one too will get the middle. This is the middle. So we'll now mark half 1.5. On this one too, the same thing, 1.5. So we are going to remove, because if you just cut it out and join, the cup will flat. So we need to remove quarter inch on the fore angle, quarter inch. Here to quarter inch, then quarter inch. So this what we are cutting out. Or if you just cut it out half inch and join, the curve will not curve very well. So but when you remove quarter inch on the fore angle, when you join it, you see your curve will form. And again, curve, ironing it, if you cut your curve perfect, if you don't know how to iron it, you will still iron it flat. And when you iron it flat, you can't get it back again unless you cut another one. So now let's cut this. So let me cut from the quarter inch. Okay. Then let's cut here. Then the other one to the same thing. So we are joining this together. So join it together. Let me mark so I will not go and make mistake and join different place. Or we will not, because we are going to, it's like we are going to use this. So we will not use the other one. So let's notch the middle so that we know where we are joining together, especially this, so that we not go and turn it. Then this side, okay, look at this please. This side is what we are joining to the center from. There's a small notching here. Are we getting it? So you will notch it on this too, so that you will not go and later turn this, because when you estate now, you will turn it, know how, or unless luckily. So let's notch, so you know that the two notching, they are on the same side. Are we getting it? So now these two notches now are coming to the center front side. Okay. So now let's separate this. So we are going to estate this. I want us to use this and fix it on this cup. I'm not even use the other one again. Idris, please let me call Idris. Sorry, I'm trimming something like Idris, bring these things.
So you talked about the right way to iron the cup, so we don't lose the shape. Are you going to show us that?
I will do it.
Okay.
I don't even need this. I still have my Idris, iron this. Now, this first.
This one's we are discarding that.
What?
This one. This one that we are removing the
Yes, I have my original. This is my first pattern. So,
Okay.
since I have this, so I don't have a problem. Okay. Let me just look at I'm not using this. I want to use that one that will not have princess line at all. So we are going to fix it on this cup. So let's join this. Now this should estate. Then come and bring that bowl that we have here.
I said iron. I was thinking we should do this one with princess line one, then one without so much.
That's
Is
the
it
best
so
way.
that I can get everything?
One.
Get everything up.
And give me one plate. Oh yeah. If you see thread, any color of thread.
Disturbing my life.
Just drag the bone out. This is.
He doesn't know we need these things.
Go and check my bag, billet thread.
She borrowed it to use her phone.
Hey,
She used it as phone stand.
won't the rays affect my water?
Sorry.
Nice testing phone.
I say sorry now. I throw about fast and she learned from the best.
Is it iPhone that you're using? Are you the one that is using my water? Who is using it? Who is using it? Are you, who are you using? Okay, KG. You will pay.
But she's very
You're putting rays inside my water. Testing phone. So that wanted to come with 1.5. She. Wow.
seriously.
But it shouldn't have. I didn't.
They come with 2.
Did you come with 2?
That is on 1.5. I've got frozen water in the freezer for like days now.
Thank you.
Are you fine? Are you sure you're fine?
Pregnant.
Good job.